Coming April 23rd to the Thrasher Horn Center is the one and only Jeff Foxworthy. And guess who we have tonight?
He's here with us right now. Thank you so much for joining us.
I am happy to be here. Happy to be finally coming back to Jacksonville. It's been a minute.
Yeah, so we were talking off camera. You've been to Jacksonville a ton of times, right? So where was the first place that you performed at?
If the first place in Jacksonville, you're too young, but it was a place called the Punchline. Like in the mid to late 80s, I played there, and then I did the Comedy Zone. And then right after that, I got a sitcom and stuff, so it kind of went to theaters and stuff. But I have a lot of friends in Jacksonville. I love that town.
Well, we're so excited to see you. I mean, you've done so much and for so long. What can we expect with this particular tour?
Well, I'm working on new material for my last special, and I said that the last time I did a special, this is going to be it. But somebody approached me about doing one, and I said, well, the only way I'd be interested is if you will show me going into little clubs, like on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, kind of like you see songwriters write a song, like the Beatles documentary, and how they write. And I said, show the process of what a comedian goes through to come up with a special. And when I hung up with him, my wife said, okay, after the last special, you said never again. And I said, don't worry, they're not going to agree to this. Well, guess what? They agreed to it.
Because we all love you, Jeff.
I am having so much fun. I've been writing like crazy. And like when I do a big show like Jacksonville, I'll always throw in a few of the older things, just, some of the greatest hits. But I've got a lot of new material that's working great. And so I'm like, all right, I'm getting older. I'm going to pick my favorite cities, and I'm going to go out and do them.
Well, that is amazing, and I really appreciate you saying that Jacksonville is one of your favorite cities. And you kind of alluded to, so, you've been doing this for quite a while, right? So I imagine that things have changed quite a bit as far as comedy is concerned. So how has your comedy evolved over the years?
Well, it's funny, like, I made most of my big money selling records or CDs and selling DVDs of, like the Blue Collar Comedy Tour and things like that. Well, nobody sells records anymore. Nobody sells DVDs. And it's come down to like quick 30-second social media hits. And I tell younger comics, I say, I would be lost in this age because over time, even though I'm known for the redneck jokes in the early part of my career, which were one-liners, I'm really more of a storyteller. So now my bits are like 15 minutes long. And I'm like, I would have no idea how to put this in a 30-second format. That's just not the way I write. And so it's changed a lot over time.
Now, do you still incorporate those redneck jokes, though? I mean, because that's just classic Jeff Foxworthy.
It's funny. I probably haven't done them on stage in 15 or 20 years, but I continue to write the Page a Day calendars. I did the first one in 1990. I just finished the 2027 calendar. So that's 37 years of every January going. I can't believe there's going to be 365 more of these. But I was telling a story about my grandson the other night in a club, and it kind of naturally led into a redneck joke. And so as I told it, the whole crowd yelled, "You might be a redneck." And I thought, well, I've got this mountain of them that I've done for the calendar. And so I just threw a few out there, and they loved them. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I closed my first special in 1990 with redneck jokes. And I'm like, well, if this is going to be the last one, why not close it that way and just bring everything full circle?
I think that's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
David, do you have a favorite one? I have one that I remember.
Ooh, I don't know.
That
I don't have a
stuck
favorite.
with me.
What do you have? What do you have?
You might be a redneck if you go to a family reunion to meet women. I remember you saying that a long time ago.
Only knew how close to the truth that is for me.
That is so true. Jeff and I are both from Georgia, right?
Yeah.
He's in Atlanta right now. I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah.
That hits home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember taking pictures of both sides of my family, and 3/4 of the people were in both pictures. And I'm like, this should not happen. I don't think this is normal.
Well, you know what? You got to take that and ride with it, right? And then look at what you've been able to become out of all of that. So that's amazing.
Quite a career. All right, so April 23rd, correct?
That's right.
All right, so you'll be at the Thrasherhorn Center, so that's at an absolutely beautiful theater. Have you performed there before?
I have never been there. I'm excited about it.
Great.
All right, this is going to be very, very cool.
Wish you were here this weekend, though, for the Florida Man games.
Oh, you'd have such a fun time with that.
Yeah, that is.
Would I
I'm
get good
telling you,
material out of it?
I was just about to say, you can pull so much crazy material out of Florida Man games.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Oh, yeah. But we are so excited to see you, Jeff. This is really, really awesome that you're coming down here again and that you actually love our area.
I know, that's very cool. Thank you so very much for your time today, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, you bet. We'll see you in a couple of months. You bet.
Yoo-hoo. And everyone at home, if you would like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus.